If you can't tell already, I do love the EFL. As Stockport County, top of League 2, with players such as Isaac Olaof, Paddy Madden, and Louis Barry on fire, they look like they're gonna jump into League 1. As our aim today is to take what looks like a very solid team, of course all the way up the leagues, and win that UCL. And do you guys want to get some kits like this one? An insane replica for great prices? Visit Soccer Deal Shop. The link is in the description below. And if you use MWS10 in the checkout, you get yourselves 10% off. Yes, I've just literally said it. The objectives today, win the UCL, but we're going to be doing this without signing any free agents. Usually when we come from League 2, we do get a few in. We cannot do any. As the last objective is not too difficult. We've got to sign each season a player from a Manchester-based club. That includes United, City, Salford, for example. I don't know if there's any other possibilities. Rochdale, of course, in the National League, as we can get a better team than this on paper. There we go. That's a lot better. I do want to stick with this formation, despite having Odin Bailey and Louis Barry on the bench. Really good players. And, of course, we've got the team carrier Nick Powell. But speaking of Louis Barry, he's only on loan. I'm not going to, of course, terminate that. I might want to buy him, but it depends on how quickly he can become a striker. I think that's the position I'd want him in, as we have only got 2 million, and I think that's pretty low, but then again, we are pretty low in the leagues. And unfortunately, the lack of funds means we don't actually have some good youth players. We've got Ibrahim Humphreys, Charles Horton. We'll promote Humphreys. Why not? And what's the contract scenario like? We've got a lot of loan players in, but important players like Macaulay, Southam Hales, running out. Paddy Madden, I want to keep it for maybe one more season. Same with Miles Hippolyte, although he's Scunthorpe, I think, before this team. Oh, and whilst I'm signing up, I actually can't sign Paddy Madden up for another season. I hope he has a good farewell, because he's been at this club a bit, I think. He came from Fleetwood, and to my shock, we've still got around 2 million to spend. And the position in the team we need to strengthen is up front, but Olaof's only 23, so let's just go and find maybe a good youngster. As here is the player coming in. He's not as young as you might think. He's 23-year-old, and it is from a Mancunian club, signing from in our own division. Like Odin Bailey, Luke Bolton comes across from Salford. Here he is, a 65 rated, and although it says he's right mid, in real life I've seen him being in right back and right wing back a lot, so I am going to try and train him to go ahead of Noyle, and I'll just set him as a wing back for now. We'll get him on the position change, as that should be it for now. I don't want to actually let any players go. Everyone gets a chance, so ignoring the inbox before Forest Green. A good team on paper, but of course, Troy Deeney playing himself. He is the manager at the moment, and we've got to make sure that we do get the win. Now, in real life, Troy Deeney says he absolutely despises Dabo's defending. This time he scores, and we lose 2-0. And halfway through our season, it's not too bad. We do sit in those playoffs, joint with a team, though, that we just took the best player away from. I don't know how I feel about that. Grimsby in 13th. Of course, they need to get higher up. We've got Wrexham leading the way. Not too great, you know, because I expect us to be up there as we're already out of the FA Cup. Carabao, of course, you didn't expect anything from us in that one. And I believe we're out of the Papa Johns as well. So not the greatest of seasons as Louis Barry. Oh, he's left us. I didn't think that one through. Trying to train him as a right back, and he's gone ahead and gone. Same with his keeper, whoever was in goal. I cannot remember, but we're going to have to put Smith back in there. It's a very mishmash team. I believe Crossdale wasn't there as well. What's occurred? It's Louis Barry who's been recalled. Richardson. I want to know what's happened to the rest of his players. It doesn't look like there's any activity gone on. Okay. Just recallments, I guess. Pretty shocked at this because look at the morale. It is shocking here at Stockport. We've got Nick Powell still leading the way. I can't believe he's younger than 30 still. And in League 2, as Paddy Madden in his final season is top scorer, at least the strikers are performing. Kyle Wotton has 9. Olaof has 5. That'll only go up, believe you me. As Joe Lewis out on loan as well at Wimbledon in this division. 61 rated isn't good enough for us. We're just going to have to keep on plodding along with the squad we have. Look at that for a final month. All won at pieces, apart from Harrogate Town. This has not been the greatest of seasons. We've fallen into the playoffs because I know we came out of them, but we've gone back in them again. We were third at a point. I did stop, and it was only just all them draws has caused Stockport to do a huge bottle. Wrexham and Notts County, the teams promoted from the National League, bouncing straight into League One. And that was alongside Bradford City. Any increases? Nick Powell, no. Fraser Horsforth must have been good for us this season, as it's 13 goals for Kyle Wotton, 12 for Will Collar. I skip over Paddy Madden, as I know he will be leaving, as on to the Dons. Do we win in these playoffs? It's going to be difficult against a team with Al Hamadi up front and Davidson. They're close to a League One team, as it's a 2-2 draw. James Tilley on the goal scoring sheet as well. That's entertaining at the Dons. Plough Lane did entertain, but we've got Torre suspended for this one back at home. And we do win. Will Collar, one of them top scorers. Oh, and look at this at Wembley. It's Salford, the Mancunian club, you know, the one that we just stole Luke Bolton from. This man right here, who has now trained as a right back. It's took hundreds of weeks, or not hundreds, of course. And Powell is suspended for this game. That's a big loss, actually. And the team we're against is very good. They've got Odin Bailey back, who, of course, another player we didn't touch upon who got recalled. So despite the suspension to Powell, we can still do the business. It took extra time under the arch of Wembley, but Wotton and Tom Noyle actually off the bench for Bolton take Stockport to League One. Brilliant from us, that. So, season number 2, Stockport in the division above them with 7 million in our disposal, which is very good. Very good, we've got to say, and we've kept the squad. Very nice, and we've got some lone players back. I believe Evans is one of those. I don't remember him on the bench. Rydell's been here quite a while, and Pye. Are them two actually twins? Of course they're not, but this team is actually really good for League One. I would, in fact, try and look for a keeper, a centre mid, or maybe, just maybe, a striker. We know Paddy Madden's left, and there is the possibility we play Nick Powell up front, but we won't be doing that. We need someone who is out and out up top, as we've got players running out of contract as well this season, a lot of them, so that's going to affect our spending spree. And we can't forget the fact that one of those players has to be Manchester based. So the first one that we do sign will be from the Mancunian club, and again, like last season, we have robbed from Salford City. Teaches you the lesson not to lose in the playoffs, as Elliot Watt, welcome to blue and white. And the signing just after him is a goalkeeper, and this guy is a big one, literally and physically, because Christiansen is in town, or Heidenstad is on the back of his shirt. I'm pretty sure his name was Christiansen, though, so it must just be a different name. Yes, Mad Christiansen moves over, 70 rated from the Norwegian League. By far our best player, goes in between the sticks, and guess what? We've still got money to maneuver with. As here comes the third and final player as well. He's got the afro. On the picture, it says it's ginger. That's not a ginger fro, as let's see, young Crooms into the squad. This is the man. He's even younger than Olayof. He's going to jump straight into the team ahead of him. And that team is what we're going to go into the first game with. Very confident with it. And it's Cheltenham, a team that are down there in real life, so our squad should have the beating of these. Come on, they're doing kick and rush. I mean, George Lloyd up front, though. I don't mind him. Really good at Grimsby. As, come on, Wotton and young Crooms need to be better. It's a 2-2 draw with the Robins, and I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, it's got Powell up a rating, but come on, our team is good. Is it championship good? I don't know, but it's definitely good enough to fight at the top half of this League One table. And the team, looking at it on paper, has done a wonderful job. We've got 3 70-plus players, with Christiansen in goal leading the way, Bolton and Nick Powell. Wotton not far behind. Young Crooms doing well, but then we've got an injury at left back. We have decent left backs on the bench, but it hasn't helped the league position, as Stockport are in the relegation zone. We do have a game in hand over Cheltenham, the team that we drew with straight away. Fleetwood at the bottom. But come on, we are so much better than this. It's QPR at the top and Plymouth. I mean, it's a very strong league, but that's too weak from us. Too weak from us, as we're not in the FA Cup as well. And the Carabao, again, you don't expect much. Not in the domestic trophies when you're this low down. But please, lads, come on. We are better than the pathetic showing right here. And somehow, come end of the season, we've survived, and in emphatic style, to be fair. 13th for County. Wow. That is some recovery. If only we could have been like that first half of the season, as Notts County finished rock bottom on 41 points. A lot of points to be relegated upon, as 91 is a lot to win the league on. Congrats to QPR, and congrats to Wolves, who have won the FA Cup. We knew we were out of the Carabao, as that team looks like it's growing even more. I mean, look at the strikers, almost 70 rated apiece, and a 75 rated Christian in between the sticks. Quite frankly, unbelievable. And you might have seen halfway through the season that all these players are unbalanced. We are going to get them training next year, but we want to see the youth. Benjamin Poole's had a decent time at Accrington, but apart from that, no good coming of it. Any good in scorers? Yes, Nathan Young-Coombs has hit 16 goals, 0 assists. A little bit greedy, but he's done it in less games than Kyle Wotton took to get 16. 10 assists for Will Collar, and 7 goals is good. But next season, we do not want to be fighting relegation. We want to be promoted, and we want to hit that championship table. And something going into season number 3, which is very positive and different for me, is the contracts we've signed. We've made sure we have double-checked them, got everyone signed up, and Young Coombs alongside Callum Comps. We've signed on a contract after a contract. Very, very large ones, of course, as we need to be large in this league this year. We need to take it by storm, as only 3 million. Is that it? That's quite poor. As speaking of poor, it's probably centre-back position or another centre mid that we could sign, but judging how we have Hippolyte and on the bench Evans, Camps and Croasdale, it is replacing Akil Wright that I'm leaning towards, as Christiansen, if we do ever need money, could be a player to sell, but we're not actually desperate to sell. We need him for promotion, as Callum Riley, 16-year-old, 50 rated. He's got decent potential. I'll promote him in. But so far, the academy's been slacking. As, of course, it's the players that we're putting money into, not the scouting of younger ones. As here he is, a Manchester United defender we've gone for. Of course, the centre-back we said we needed. Welcome to the club, Reece Bennett. And he's had growth that he's never had before in a save. Usually trapped around the low 60s, but he is a 68 rated defender, only at the age of 21. Some good potential, and does drop him to the bench in right. Both right-footed, both 3-star, so it's not the best scenario. And it's also not ideal to have Bolton first. They're going to be a team up and thereabouts at the end. It is the derby of, what's his name, Sarkovic, I think, who used to be at Stockport. Retired last year, but come on, lads, it's a draw to start us off with. Adobe, we know, is a good striker, and Kyle Wotton levels it up. It is a draw for County on opening day. Will that fare good in the long term? Oh, and it is working this season. It is working. We are first in the league. I think that'll be down to a keeper. I don't know if we'll stay there, though, because we're only joint with Charlton with 1 defeat. They must have a better defence. Lincoln City, unfortunately, in 3rd with 45 points. Barnsley in 6th. Bradford in 8th. They are flying. They got promoted with us, as they're still in the FA Cup. They've got a nice travel to Newcastle, who have Hull City in the Carabao. Very nicely. EFL trophy we haven't kept his eye on as well. It's the first time we've gone through to the knockout rounds, and we have Oxford United. And technically, we're the best seeded team in this whole thing, as that is how our team looks. Hippolyte not growing as much right now, and to be fair, not doing too good. It seems like everyone else is, though. Olayof, even the striker on the bench. And we can't ignore the fact we've got a 77 rated goalkeeper who cost 2 million at the start of last year, took over Nick Powell, as Kyle Wotton has 18 goals in 28 games. Olayof, like I said, increased a lot. and that's because he's got 13. Will Collar with 8. Not many for Young Coombs, which is negative, but still, we're doing well. Elliot Watt, the DM, most assists. I like this, but can we keep it up, County? Oh, and it's interesting, because come end of the season, you can see we have beaten Charlton, the team that were challenging us, as we skip and 104 points, 32 wins. It isn't over yet, actually, but Charlton can't catch us, and that is Stockport County Championship. Don't even need to look at anything else in that league, because we know that is a brilliant one, as Leicester back in the FA Cup final. Still, want to check the other competitions. Arsenal winning. Oxford. Oh, the team that played us. So, despite being the favourites for it, it will not be an EFL trophy for County. We'll have to wait another EFL save to try and win that, as we had as best chance here. Look at this team. This is in League One. Unbelievable. So many players over the rating of 70. I think we stacked in terms of defenders, midfielders, and strikers at the moment. Basically, everyone right there is 28 goals for Kyle Wotton, though he does turn 30 next year. Do we get him over 75? Maybe, with the potential mod we have on. Olaof with 20 and double digits in both for the 32-year-old Nick Powell. And season number 4 now. Season number 4, and we've only just reached the championship, lacking behind a bit, as like I said, Hippolyte is the main priority to be replaced. And I'm not apologising on that fact. He needs to be out, as I thought we'd get a bigger budget than 7 million, but no. 7 million is what we're given in the championship. Difficult, especially when you're wanting to bounce up like us, as there's some good teams in this league. Bolton promoted with us, Burnley, Coventry, Hull, Leeds, Leicester, Luton. Oh my day, Southampton still here? This is gonna be a challenge, and at least we have, well, I was going to say we signed up most contracts. It seems like we didn't do many. Oh dear. We're gonna lose budget. And we're now down to 5 million. And of course, we've got the role of objective, should I say, of using no free agents. Gonna be very difficult with just that. So it is with regret that we've had to sell our goalkeeper. Heistad, or Christiansen, has had to leave the club. He reached 78 rated, but the amount of money that he does make is over double what we've really got. He's gone to RB Salzburg, and a whopping 18.5 million injected into our budget. And of course, it goes without saying that now we need a keeper. We could actually afford a couple more defenders. So let's get to signing. And we've got the first man into the club, actually. You might see the graphic right there. No, it doesn't cover one of the positions, but welcome back home for very cheap Louis Barry, who we can now try and train as a striker, and that is a huge boost for morale. Getting a huge player of his quality is never something to shun as the next man in. We've gone ahead and got a left back for only 6.3 million, a 75 rated 24-year-old Javi Lopez. Trust me, he's quite good, as this man, I was going to say even gooder, he's even greater, and he will go on to great things here with Stockport. From Manchester City for 3.6, we have signed wonder kid Nick O'Reilly. Let me show you this guy. I need to show you. Look at that, 21-year-old, 6'4", 71 rated. And for the time being, Nick Powell's going to have to drop back. But this team for the championship, minus the goalkeeper scenario, is looking very, very decent. Lopez, what a steal. And on the eve of the first game of the season, we have Bristol City, I believe. We assign a goalkeeper from the Swiss League. And this man, he's absolutely brilliant as well. Not Christiansen level, but I tell you what, Marvin Keller is going to be brilliant in between the sticks. 24, 72 rated. Hopefully he plays a big part this season. Come on, lads. They've got a very decent team, of course. Use a lot of youth players to Bristol. And that, come on. Nick Powell will be training as a centre mid. Of course, it takes time to change position, but I am working on it as we win our first game. It is Toure off the bench, and O'Reilly, the new boy that sends Stockport into frenzy, as it's 3 points in the second division. Hey lads, and it is not going bad for us in this top division. We are 8th and sat just outside the playoff. This is Stockport County, and there's Leeds at the top, of course. They are unbeaten in 24 games. That is some achievement. Luton, Burnley, West Brom, Leicester, Middlesbrough. It's going to be hard to break that mould, especially when Southampton's even out there as well. Don't like this. Also, like the fact, however, that we are through to the third round of the FA Cup. Don't know if that's automatic, as we are not through in the Carabao, and RIP to our hopes of Papa John's football, or whatever the hell they call it nowadays, as the first thing I did when he got to the club was put Louis Barry on striker growth, and he's now 74 rated, so sorry, young Coombs, but the man who's been here all the time, Louis Barry, apart from, of course, when he wasn't on loan in the last years, is back, and hopefully with a bang, as that team has improved magnificently. Seriously, look at this, our highest rated player, and he's only 24, is Xavi Lopez. Good signing that from Nantes. I really am proud of looking further than my scouting range usually this save. With Wotton, 11 goals. He has got over 65 rated, or 75. I mean 65 as well, as Powell is 76, back in the championship where he belongs. Nicky O'Reilly was 74 rating, not a huge increase. Only 2 goals for Barry, but now he's a striker. Of course, I expect a lot more. And ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. We've got into the playoffs with Stockport County. We have Middlesbrough. You can see Luton have Leicester, so Luton have bottled it. However, they were high up, and actually they finished below us. Horrific from the Hatters, and we finished 5th. With some difficult teams around us, however, Middlesbrough are the team I would probably want to face. How's the squad looking as well? I mean, oh, Wotton suspended. I hope that's not for the trip to the Riverside. We've got Louis Barry, now 75. A lot of good players and a lot of Premier League ratings, really. I like checking goal scorers before we go fully into the playoffs, as it was 19 in the end for Louis Barry. Wow, this man is Mr. Stockport. He's back, and he's definitely back with a bang. How big that bang is, though, depends upon what happens in these playoffs. They've got some decent players, Borough. Only 1 striker, but we've got a striker suspended of our own. However, 3-1 against the team that finished above us is not a bad scoreline at all. And that was at home, and their team's tired. Of course, ours will be as well, but we've got Wotton back on full energy, who... Did he score? Did he see the game off? No, it was Louis Barry. Isaiah Jones with theirs, but that means we are going to the playoff final. Genuinely mad how we've made it here. And we play the team that was below us, Luton. Have seen off Leicester. Some mental goings on here in the playoffs. They've bottled it, but now they've clawed their way back, and they have an ex-Leicester striker in Daka. So what's this result going to be? Barry. Louis Barry. Barry is absolutely unbelievable. I don't believe it. We made the dream come true. We returned him to the club, and he makes sure Stockport County, with yellow cards in the first half, make it all the way to the Premier Division. So we're welcome to the Premier League with the best graphic we could be welcomed with. A Champions League winning one from Inter. That's hopefully what we replicate. Sure, it'll take some time with this squad right here, and I'm excited to see our budget. I feel like we're good for strikers, and whoever comes out of the team would be good for on the bench. As please, tell me we have some money. And 36 million, it's all right. It's okay, but Premier League worthy, I don't know. We've got to sign players from Manchester, and looking at the squad, it could be right back, could be Bolton out, it could even be O'Reilly out the first team. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough managing this squad now, as managing contracts. I signed so many up last year, but so many are going to run out this year. And this is the time I usually wish for free agents. Instead, we're selling all our fringe players. We can't even afford our scouts for academy players back still, because we've got to put all the money into players. And we've got to stick with the Manchester link. So the first man is from Manchester City, and we're bringing him in for that centre mid slot. Welcome to the club, Tommy Doyle. Of course, a player that has done pretty well in the past, especially with the Blades when well, fighting for the Premier League. This time he's in it, and he's joined by a right-back coming over from the Serie A. Finally a signing from another major league, and it's in the form of Lorenz Assignon. I wanted that to kind of rhyme, as what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to have to put Assignon, our first 80 rated player, into the team. So we've got all over, apart from what, 75 rated. I'm going to see how we do with Powell. If he plays well and we're up there, he stays in. If we're not up there as a team, I do believe O'Reilly will step straight in there. As our first game is Chelsea. This is going to be a test. Stockport going to one of the best clubs in the league. And of course, our only aim is to avoid relegation. Anything else is a bonus this year, as that's so close. That is so close at Stamford Bridge, and our new right back, highest rated player, sent off within 5 minutes of his debut. And we actually are surviving. We're surviving in the top division. That's a positive, of course, with 5 wins. One of them, I know for a fact, was against Liverpool. However, 2 points off Everton. Not good. It shows you we're only just doing this. Gonna be rock solid. Gonna be rock solid, especially when we have Man City to start us off with. Big derby day for Grimsby, though. Hull City in the FA Cup. Go on, the Mariners. As I'm going to show you something else as well, the Carabao. We are through, and we have Leeds United in the semi-finals. That is something I didn't expect. Another trophy wouldn't go amiss, as we almost have an 80-rated Kyle Wotton. And it's funny, because he's an ex-Scunthorpe player, if I'm correct. He's 31, may not last all the way to the end of this save. We've got a 22-year-old O'Reilly, though, who I've just put over the decrease in Powell. Yes, he's going down, and it's a shame, really. We do have an 80-rated Tommy Doyle as well. Both new signings doing pretty decent, as Barry, though, is the man with the most goals. 11, 5 assists. Get in there, lads. We are going for it now. All we need to do is survive. And do we have any money in this window? 4 million, so nope. No signings. Just got to keep drilling on and maybe win a Carabao Cup. And, right, I've got some explaining to do. The game crashed twice. So the teams we played in the cup slightly changed and may have benefited us, because we have won the FA Cup and we've secured Europa League football. Stockport County. This isn't the one we were in the semi-finals of. The Carabao was that one. We had West Ham before that. We beat Chelsea, Plymouth Argyle, and we won the Carabao as well. We had Wolves, of course. We had Leeds to start off with, but the game reset itself, reset all the results, but still put us into the semi-finals, which is a weird thing to do, but I'm guessing that's just how it's coded. And we beat Hull in them to, of course, beat Wolves. However, here's the shocking part. The league results were not replicated. So you can see Arsenal win the league, and we scroll down to see that the team that's just done the double domestically is relegated from the Premier League. It is really mental. Look at the ratings in the team as well. They've stayed similar. We do have, what, 3 80-rated players now. Wotton has hit it, and 28 goals altogether from Kyle Wotton, but it's not enough to keep us up. I'm guessing most of the goals came in cup competitions. Louis Barry, I mean, he got 4 in the cups, 4 of his 13. I cannot believe what's happened this season. One of the weirdest ones. We're going to have a big budget. We're going to have Europa League, but we're also going to be scrapping to get back to the Prem. This is a welcome home for us, I guess. I mean, if we can call the Championship as home, I think Stockport fans will be pretty hopeful. But with how it's gone, it's not good. And Lincoln City in the Championship's not good. Not good at all. We've got a Community Shield against Arsenal, of course we have. As we should have Europa. And it's not even the playoffs that we have. I cannot believe this. As we might have to... 65 million. We might have to break transfer... What's it called? What's the word? Financial fair play. I'm thinking of a word. It's 3 words. We might have to break FFP rules to actually... getting through the Europa League, maybe to the Champions League, all whilst being in the Championship. So signing-wise, we need to somehow get 80 rateds to this team, and that might require 80 rateds that aren't playing in good leagues. We're not in a good league, of course, so maybe another left-back goalkeeper. O'Reilly could do with replacing. Also a good thing. Well, not a good thing that contracts are up, but wages should go down due to relegation so that he's less spending. And here's the addition of the first man. Of course, I was buzzing with the signing of Lopez, but I feel like we've got an even better left back. Welcome from the Eredivisie for 21.6 million. Jordan Boss. As the next player as well isn't as high rated as that, but he's coming from the Portuguese league, so again, cheap and cheerful Charlie Creswell. As I was saying his name though, I realised it wasn't as cheap as I thought and it only leaves us with 10 million. And to be fair, once this man gets put, especially onto the bench, we've got Bolton on the bench. We've got a huge bench here. He's going to go there. And actually, no, Horsefall has to come out. Sorry, Capo. That is what we're going to have. And we've got 10 million. But even though we're in the Europa League, we've got to think about the Championship. That is way too good for the Championship. We'll let the players grow, and hopefully maybe momentum takes us far in Europe. I can't persuade any other players to come to this project because, of course, we're in the second division and Norwich City are first. Come on, with our team, we do get the win, and it is Kyle Wotton who misses a penalty and gets the goal. Jekyll and Hyde performance, which, of course, we'll take. It's got to be said, we need to win this league, as I've just remembered. We haven't got a Mancunian player yet. So what we've gone and done is been very lucky to find this player. Yes, we've got Wotton, but Dexter Holt could be the future at the side of Barry. Honestly, let's have a look at this man. Our new number 10, 22, 76 rated. And after the start, of course, in the Championship, we get to see our group. It's going to be such a busy fixture, congestion, list, whatever you want to call it, table, as we have in our group Betis, Norgeland, and Shamrock Rovers. And talk about giving it our all in the Championship and using momentum in Europe. I haven't checked Europe, but that is so surprising. In a good way, of course. 1 defeat, 1 draw, 20 points at the top of the Championship. By far the best team I've ever seen, and it's us controlling them in this division. It's insanity. And to make it even better, Lincoln City are bottom. Have that, you imps. As you can see, we lost in the Community Shield FA Cup. Could we do the double? We've got Bristol Rovers, who are still a league below, and we haven't gone far in the Carabao. We lost to Villa. Funnily enough, Barry's old team and a team we played in both cups last year, on our way to winning them. And if we don't win the Championship with this team, there's something wrong. We have an 84 rated Barry in the Championship. We have 80 rated all round, in fact. How good is this? I mean, there's still a transfer request from Assignon, but he's the highest rated at the club, joint with Barry, who has 22 goals in half a season. 22 goals. Tommy Doyle, wow, almost, well, he's got 30 goal contributions in 33 games. And he's a midfielder. We've been extraordinary, but there's still something else to check. Europa League, we aren't in the preliminary as we won the group. Unbeaten with Betis in it. We're doing well. Can we stay in the Championship all safe? And there is no signs of slowing down. I don't want to check the Championship or the ratings in the squad. We have Lille in the semi-finals of Europa. I don't even want to check the path we bloody had to take to get here. They have Mikar up front, the Georgian beast, Sinistera, Hayden Hackney. It's good, but, oh, we've been exposed to the ratings. Everyone is above 80 in the Championship. I didn't think that was possible. We've absolutely gave it our all in this league, as Mika Tuadze's goal is cancelled out by Tommy Doyle. And we've got to play away from home. Second leg, but penalties. Horsefall missed one. That's a shame for the ex-Capitano to miss it, but after a lot of spot kicks, Barry even missed. We have progressed to the final. I'm going to say it again. Can we just stay in the Championship? We have Spurs, which will be a tester because we'll be in the Prem next season. I'm pretty sure we beat Napoli and we beat Salzburg 7-5. Wowzer Rooney. As we have, of course, I've already said that, haven't I? We've got Spurs. Can we stay in the Championship, please? No upgrade for Holt, but he's wearing the kit now. And an upgrade overall in the team. Maybe it's time to replace Wotton. I know he will have scored goals, but Holt's potential seems to be sensational. even when he's on the bench. And that is, of course, what we need. I've accidentally clicked FA Cup, which we haven't won this year, but that has to be a record. Yes, we've lost 4 games, and I'm actually disappointed in that, but 122 points. Us and Everton have stormed this league. They had a 5-point gap on West Brom in automatics. We had a 28-point gap on them. That is almost 10 more wins than them. That is sensational. As how do we get on against Tottenham? Champions League football with championship promotion. Never did I think I'd say those words. Tommy Doyle and Holt in normal time. Orban with both goals for Spurs. But that is it. Promotion and a big European trophy. Wow, how good are we doing? We've got a Super Cup. It's different to the Community Shield, of course. And we've got a super team. 4 85s, 184. But what's our budget going to be? 76 million. Good. Good enough for a promotion budget. But then again, is it? Because we've just have won the Europa League. Plus, we've just won the league by a record amount of points. Maybe we should expect more, but we've just been dealt that hand and we can't be too unselfish. We haven't put any training drills on the new players, which we will do as contracts. I mean, Will Collar, we want to keep here till the end. Same with Wotton, same with Horsfall. So we're going to have to sign them up again. As for positionally, we've got to think about Champions League. So I'm going to say a centre-back before a CDM, and I'm going to trust the potential of those 3 to go up massively. So in comes the first player that we're going to sign, a Spaniard, and he has come from Manchester United, a centre-half, high-rated, getting a bit old, so we've got him for a little bit cheaper. Introducing veteran and captain of Man United, actually he was, Igor Zulbeldilia. Well, I just think it's Zulbadia. Yeah, 32-year-old, but should be one of those higher rated. We've got some decent players now on the bench as well. Look, Horsfall, Lopez, Bennett. We've also got Bolton down here and 75 rated Olayof now. He's kept on increasing, so it's good to see that we've got 3 of the 4 original strikers here. Wotton, Olayof, and Barry. And our second signing will be, in fact, a friend for him, because we're signing a Spaniard to that CDM position. As well as Zulbadia, there is Fran Beltran, the same rating, and for the remainder of that cash, we've now spent up, and not only should we be easily surviving, we should be at least getting out of the Champions League group. The team's good enough, come on. We're gonna see how we do against West Ham, and I'll tell you a fun fact, when we did get relegated, West Ham beat us 4-0 twice. It was, quite frankly, embarrassing, but then again, we won 2 cups, so please, lads, it's a draw, and it's Yates alongside Doyle that split the points. Shameful really, but hey, at least we're surviving so far, and Manchester United are rock bottom of the league, under Leeds and Swansea, so I think there's time for the results to change. We are in Group B, which obviously stands for blue, as Sociedad's got blue on the badge. Bruges and Copenhagen all play in blue and white, as that's very interesting, and still, we should come out of that group. And that, my friends, halfway through the season shows that Zulbadia isn't done. Boss, 88. We've got, what, 387s? Doyle, Keller, Barry. We've got Holt up front, 85 rated. I knew his potential would be good. Beltran, 84. Watt's now decided to try and keep up with him, but Wotton is falling off. So it's a good job we made that switch. Anyone down here? No, Bolton hasn't really played much, but wow. This team, especially the defense, is solid. We must be having a good season so far, and yeah, we are. Yes, we are, because we are top of the Premier League, going from top of the Championship to top of the Prem. Burnley must be jealous after doing what they did with Vincent Kompany, as to be fair, they are 5th. That's a shock to me, as we've got Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Bayern Munich, I mean, that's okay. A lot of difficult teams at that side, and we did finish 2nd. Must have been either goal difference or, I'm guessing, head-to-head with Sociedad. Who did they actually get? They got Benfica. To be fair, we don't like it against Portuguese clubs. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'd rather Bayern Munich than them, as Jordan Boss is the highest rated. Very nice from the left back, and Tommy Doyle has 16 goals as a centre-half. Or not centre-half, centre-mid. Unbelievable. Barry 87 rated, 26 in his prime with 11. Will Collar, who's been here from the start as well. And I've got to talk about him because I talked about Wotton a lot. He's been the captain and he's got 6 goals in our Prem winning season. I mean, I've got my fingers crossed. As of course we want to win the Prem, but we've got the Champions League. But I will show you actually before Bayern. Look at that on the calendar. 2-1 galore. Even beating City. But Bayern Munich's a different challenge. Maximilian Bayer up front, I believe he's called. Didn't look like they had a standout player. Whereas us, we don't as well. But we have a lot of good ones around. And Barry and Boss with our goals. But we're beaten 3-2 by Bayern. That's not good really. Because now we've got to travel away from home with a couple of fatigued players. We've won 1-0 in Germany at the Allianz and won on penalties, which it seems they're shocking at. Wotton was the one with the winner, actually, and that's a tongue twister. But what happened? It was Tommy Doyle in the actual game. Get in! Up the county. It's Sociedad going through. I won't mind playing them again. Milan, Leipzig have beaten Liverpool, Barcelona, PSG, Real Madrid, and Inter. Just give us Sociedad again, though. Oh! I've just wished it and it's come true. Yes, they beat us to top spot in the group, but we've got to fancy ourselves against them again. Come on. At the Real Arena, I guess their stadium's called. So, let's have it. They've got Harvey Elliott, Takafusa Kubo, Emerson Royale, Theo Hernandez, and then Moise Keane up front. Will he do the business? I mean, he has scored, but it's cancelled out by Tommy Doyle away from home. And now, of course, they've got to come to the county ground. A little bit fatigued, especially O'Reilly. But Will Collar, the OG, is the one with the goal alongside Tommy Doyle, who doesn't like to stop scoring. Babadi for them, semi-final for us. Oh, and it's PSG for us. Of course it is. At them, lads, come on. Just get at them. Garnacho alongside Mbappe, though. That's actually quality. Quality we might not have. But we've beaten them. Tommy Doyle again with a goal. And Louis Barry. Don't know if you heard it, but I accidentally smashed my finger as well after that on the microphone. And we're flying at top of the league. We may win the Prem as well. Absolutely insane momentum. That championship relegation was the best thing to ever happen to us. As why is Tommy Doyle turning into prime Iniesta and Kevin De Bruyne put together? This man right here, the 88 rated, has carried us all the way. A very tired team, as what might actually push Beltran out of the team come the final. Of course, there's still a way to go, but team's looking very good. And like I just said, we are in the final. And who are we going to have? We're going to have Inter. Literally just rebuilt them and bankrupt them. If you want to see that, previous video on the channel. We did as well pick up wins in the run-up to that game. So, as we have to go to the Veltins over in Germany, we won the Premier League by 18 points. City sitting second. We're the best Mancunian club right now, or near Manchester, of course. Stockport win the Premier League. And you can see after this, Tottenham and West Ham in a big FA Cup final, but I know which final I'd rather be in, should I say. As rating-wise, it's actually Louis Barry who's took over Boss, and Marvin Keller's took over him as well, or the same rating. 388s, 189, and it is the man who's on loan with Stockport in real life, having a good season. Outscored, though, by Tommy Dozer, or Doyle I'm going to call him, and Will Collar with 15. Sensational, 2 OGs with over 10 goals in the final season. Or maybe final. It all depends on how the UCL final goes. Oh, here we are. And I am sick to death of whatever team I coach being in the away kit for Champions League finals. We coached into last time. We were in the white of their kit. I don't know why I get so irked by it, but I would love to see Stockport County blue and white, but instead we've gone for the rather greeny turquoisey colour. Chiarodia in their team. Savio, a good signing. We're going to have to be on our best behaviour here to, of course, grab a win, as Tommy Doyle has intercepted a pass straight away from them, straight onto Dexter Holt. He's a late addition, of course, into this team who we're hoping can do well. Ignacio, I wanted to sign him all save. This was never affordable, as Goncalo Ramos, ball in the middle, blocked by Zulbadir. Keeper needs to get up in time. And that's the worst possible start as Krupper puts it into a half-empty net. And yes, I am a waffler. I know there's no such thing as a half-empty net, but Keller just was really off-sighted and out of position by the first save he made. For an easy tap-in, we've got to come from behind now. First shot causing a big issue, and we've got Gavi against us, so let's get ticking again, lads, shall we? Don't give them this much time on the ball, as we are really struggling here, aren't we? We can't get it. There we go. Block, finally. We'll need to make a lot more than just one block, though, as Boss, with his header away, straight onto Dexter Holt. As here he goes. He's got a chance to run right here, and Barry finds a good ball through to O'Reilly, the attacking midfielder, just to slot that in. And I thought the toe poke would work. Shocking decision making. It should be all level. As, oh, good tackle from Boss, though, who tries to drill a ball forward. On to Dexter Holt. Good positioning. Now we're actually keeping the ball for a little bit. O'Reilly made to run after it. We need to get the ball through from Beltran. Dexter Holt weaving for a little gap. It's into Louis Barry. Almost with a response right there, but we're definitely on top. A bit of a flurry for us. O'Reilly running through, and Agume is there to make that block. Brilliant header, though. And Barry round the corner into Will Collar, and we're in each other's way a little bit. Holt still keeps it, though, and wins another corner. This game is not going away, as it's been a while since I've actually whipped a corner into the box. And can we win the header? No, we don't. But we win a spot kick. We will take this instead, and it is Diao. Not a clear camera angle of it. We'll take the referee's decision as final, though. And here we go. It's going to be the captain, Will Collar, stepping up. A man I didn't think would be here all the way. And he's denied the penalty kick. Ah, unlucky. But still, we'll move on. Tommy Doyle will try and whip the ball in again and force it. This has fallen perfectly. And Collar was close again. You never know if it just had that little bit of a dip to it, as a ball over the top right there. Assignon with a block. Do not let them get back into this game. It's turned into a lively one, and fortunately, really in our favour. Ball into Zulbadia at the back. Igor with the pass through, and Louis Barry not seeing much involvement, but he's got a pass onto O'Reilly. Defender quite close, and the ball needed switching, and I am itching for another goal right here. Our goal, finally. We need to get that in. It's a header, which is just blocked before the line. Come on, before half-time. The throw-in is into the middle. Louis Barry, don't pass it too far backwards, or the whistle will go. As Barry, O'Reilly, squeeze that ball through. Dexter Holt hits the post. And can you believe we haven't scored in this game? We are behind at half-time in this final, yet we have been all over Inter like a rash. Don't think you can do as much to an opponent's goal without scoring, so come on, lads, don't disappoint. Second half, an instant goal would go very, very well, as O'Reilly tries to pass that into Barry, headed back on, and it's fallen to Tommy Doyle, who sent the keeper. Missed penalties, missed chances, which we may be left to rue at the end. And Alex Garcia, ball into Goncalo Ramos. Inter will still go for it on the counter, and we need to win that header. Charlie Cresswell. Doyle, not a great clearance. Will Collar does a little bit better, and that's a ball through the middle for the striker, who almost scored another goal right there. And Zulbadia, I need to catch a breath. O'Reilly with a ball around, though. Not the time to catch a breath, as Barry pokes it onto Holt. Back through to Will Collar on a bit of an angle, but he's going to try and run it. Pass it across. Open goal, and Tommy Doyle is the man at the back post to finally get us level. A brilliant counter-attacking move, and the player of the save for Stockport County just pokes it in at the back post. Look at that. Brilliantly across with the outside of his foot. And all he had to do was put it in that net. Of course, we're still not winning, though. But that has took a toll on us. His 10th goal of the Champions League campaign. And no, lads. No diving in. Savio with a brilliant save from Keller. I can't even speak properly. This game is taking it out of me. And Tommy Doyle, it's obviously taken out of him. No pace. Don't be sloppy. Now we have got level. We should be now trying to win this game and complete the comeback. Zulbadia, Igor, Big Eye with the big defense at the back, and that's a ball onto Louis Barry, through to Dexter Holt. He's missed chances. Dexter Holt again, though. We cannot bloody take it. Come on, it's poor. 10 minutes left on the clock, and Bose can't lose it in that position, and does well to force the pass through to O'Reilly, who's been a lot better than I imagined with his fitness. And that's a ball in. That's another ball in. Holt on the run. It's Will Collar. Picked it out the top corner. We've gone back to pushing on the door. Good job, because they had a little bit of a flurry after our goal. Still, it might require extra time here, which I'm not fond of. Too many games go into extra time. The whistle will come, but O'Reilly, he won the header, and then the referee blew up. So yeah, here in Schalke, the Veltins Arena, should I say, Schalke's ground, we go for an extra 30 minutes. Come on, no penalties, because we already know our best penalty taker, Will Collar, cannot take them himself, and that doesn't really fill me with confidence as Bose running down the line. Louis Barry's not really done anything in terms of shooting, but it's a good ball towards him, and oh my days, that needed to go in. What a chance it was. What a chance. Oh, they've dived in there and completely missed us, which is a good thing. Come on, here's Louis Barry. I thought he might have been offside. Bastoni sent Louis Barry. Score. What a block from Goncalo Ignacio. Fantastic. Amazing from the Portugueser, who we did have in our Liverpool save on the second channel. Will Collar looking for an angle. And that, of course, was the last action of that first half of extra time. On to the second. Ousmane Dembele off the bench, I believe, anyway. What a player. DiMarco. They've got bodies forward. It's Kurpa. And it's a second goal for him. I don't believe it. We've been so dominant. And it's just a simple ball through for their number 10 to open his body up and do what Isak and Gordon did to Manchester City at the weekend. The finesse shot. It's dangerous, isn't it, as Louis Barry... You've got to be dangerous on your own. Can we instantly level it? Had 10 penalties at this moment in time. Louis Barry. Go on, Louis Barry. Oh, my days. How has he just run from kickoff and done it himself? Mr. County has made it count. We will welcome selfish play if it does that for us. So it looks like it may be penalties. There's little turn. It wasn't even any skill moves involved. And Dumfries not close enough. 2-2. This game has it all, but of course we've got to go for the win now. I said I'd take penalties before that goal went in. Not anymore. Oh, but the whistle goes and it won't be penalties. What a bit of extra time that was. And I think it was also rare extra time that warrants penalties. The scorer in Krupa, grouping it into that top corner, whatever that means, as we need to be good. O'Reilly scores. A leveler for County. He has run the game, to be fair. And Ousmane Dembele is going to absolutely hammer this, I can tell. Oh! And we dived completely the right way to save that. Unlucky for us. Tommy Doyle scores 2-2. Just like in the game. Savio's turn. And we've saved it with Keller, the keeper. Brilliant. Louis Barry, please just go the same way and finish it. He does. Advantage. Stockport County. DiMarco, he's going to go bottom right. No, he's not. Nervy business. DiMarco was a player I remember playing in the Champions League final against City as Dexter Holt. Big goal to halt their chances if it is missed from Goncalo Ramos against Keller, who's going to dive right, and they never miss. I've always got to save it, and we didn't do here, as it's redemption time for captain, leader, legend Will Collar, who hammers it into the top left corner and wins Stockport County, the biggest title of them all the way him from League 2 to the Champions League trophy. What a penalty as well. What a pen. The man, the myth, the absolute bloody legend. And that is some game. He will get to lift the trophy as well. If I would have... Well, I didn't even think of Will Collar. I'm not going to lie. I didn't even know he existed before this save. But he's got to get man of the match in this Champions League final. Very close with Tommy Doyle and Louis Barry. But he's a permanent player who has gone ahead and lifted that. It is funny to me. And I love this potential mod. Let me know, you guys, down in the comments below. Do you like that potential goes mental in these saves? If you do, make sure you suggest your own team, because it may happen to your favourite player very soon.